Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to the Friday Night Smackdown review. And Smackdown tonight was from the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And before I start the review, if you guys haven't checked out my previous video, which was the AEW Dynamite review, definitely go check it out. Uploaded it earlier today. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But SmackDown tonight, this was a shitty show tonight. Garbage ass show. Going into the show tonight, I saw YouTube user The Elitist post his review of it hours before the show started. So I watched this video, subscribed to him. He does Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-view reviews, makes really good videos on WWE. Definitely go check out his channel, give him a subscribe. Just wanted to give him a little shout out. But he talked about SmackDown for tonight and how he wasn't watching the show, and glad that you skipped out on the show tonight, because this was such a shitty ass show. And so it was like WWE took the night off and they took last week's SmackDown script and just reused it this week. And they ended up calling this SmackDown Super SmackDown. More like Super Shitdown to me. That's what I would call tonight's show. Super Shitdown. And the only reason why they called it Super is because the Super Bowl is this Sunday. And it's going to be on Fox. So, well, let's get into this garbage shit show. SmackDown is the worst pro wrestling show on television. Fox paid $1 billion for this. They're possibly regretting it now. And they said before SmackDown came to Fox that they wanted it to be sports, related. Where's the sports? Where is it? Ever since SmackDown moved to Fox, these shows have gotten worse and worse and worse. It's going to continue to get worse. It's going to continue. So, let's get on with this review. Show opened up with Roman Reigns coming out. Reigns made his way down. Ended up getting on the mic. He ended up saying that the good news is he kicked Corbin's ass all over Minute Maid Park at the Rumble on Sunday. He ended up saying that the bad news is, and Reigns ended up stopping to think about it. He looked disappointed. And the Usos end up finishing. And then the Usos also came out. Forgot to mention. So the Usos end up finishing Roman's sentence and says, Roman lost. He lost the Rumble match. Do we want to see Roman win the Rumble again and let it be 2015 Rumble all over again? Because if Roman won the Rumble, those fans would have left that field, that Minute Maid Park, pissed. So thankfully, WWE did something right and gave us Drew McIntyre as the winner. So Roman said he did lose and he doesn't like to lose. But they're going to make it all right by kicking Corbin's ass and his little bitches, Dolph and Dolph Ziggler and Roode. And then he said he's going to focus on WrestleMania 36. So out came Corbin, comes out with Dolph and Roode, out on the stage. And I'm like, this feud has been going on for 4 months. I thought after the match that they had at the Rumble, I thought this was it. Nope. WWE wants to continue it and make the fans suffer more with this stupid Roman Corbin feud. This is fucking garbage. So Corbin ends up telling them, to save it because the feeling is mutual, because the fans were booing. Corbin ended up saying that Reigns cheated and only won the match on Sunday because the Usos helped him. Corbin ended up saying that he would have done better and even won the Rumble match if it weren't for the cheating in the Falls Count Anywhere match. Corbin ended up saying that he demanded the 6-man match tonight because he wants Reigns and the Usos to pay for keeping him from the title shot at WrestleMania. So, Jimmy Uso and Jay, they take shots at Corbin and Dolph and Robert Roode. Corbin ended up saying that he bets they had a lot of time to come up with jokes while they were sitting at home after embarrassing their family, which Corbin was, of course, referencing the legal troubles that Jimmy Uso, went through. I mean, you all know the legal troubles that Jimmy Uso, went through. So Corbin ends up showing a replay of, how they embarrassed Roman with the dog food last month. And I'm like, oh, great. WWE with the dog food again. Bringing up the dog food. Reigns ended up saying either Corbin had a weird dog food fetish or he's still living in that moment as if it's the best moment of his career. Reigns ended up saying that he's proposing a stipulation for the match, which was, of course, the main event. Once again, another main event with these guys. It's like they don't even fucking care. It's like, oh yeah, let's throw Roman, Corbin, Dolph, and Roode and the Usos again in the main event. It's lazy booking. It's like, oh yeah, let's take this, copy paste into the script for this week. WWE, copy and paste in routine. It's laziness. Absolute fucking laziness. So, Roman ended up saying that the loser of the match later on tonight will have to eat dog food. And the fans were chanting yes. I'm like, the fans are liking this. They're liking it. Why? Why? You all should have did a no. No. We didn't want to see this. Sorry about that, but I was saying, why were the fans chanting yes for this shit? Who in that crowd want to see either of them, the loser of the match, eat dog food? So, Corbin ends up accepting the stipulation. Usos were glad that Corbin accepted because they have a surprise that they bought. And the surprise was they bring out a big amount of wet dog food to the stage. It was brought out on a table. And it was just sitting on the stage for the rest of the show until the match started in the main event. fucking garbage. Got what we had to watch the loser eat fucking dog food. Might as well WWE might as well get a new sponsor. Get Progressive out of the sponsor. If they keep doing this stupid dog food storyline shit, get Alpo, get Pedigree, get them to sponsor Smackdown. That's what they deserve. Because they keep mentioning dog food, dog food, dog food. And then we went to the first match of the night. Miz and John Morrison versus Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, Fatal 4-Way, #1 contender match. The winner gets to face the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team titles at the glorified house show in Saudi Arabia known as the Super Showdown. And this was a fun match, in my opinion, because of Heavy Machinery. You know, Otis in the match, very fun. Lucha House Party, of course, you had Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik here. And also, you had the Revival. The Revival were also here. Forgot to mention. Oh my god, this show is so fucking terrible. I'm forgetting the tag team that was in this match. So, we all knew that the Revival were not going to win because they ended up taking the pin because Miz and Morrison win the match. John Morrison ends up hitting the Starship Pain, which looked terrible. He ended up hitting the Starship Pain on Scott Dawson. Miz and John Morrison win the match. They now the #1 contenders. They get to face New Day at Super Showdown. And I'm like, we all knew that the Miz and Morrison were going to win it. Very predictable. And, you know, Scott Dawson ended up taking the pinfall because this is WWE punishing the Revival. Because WWE offered the Revival contracts worth over $700,000. And for them to work less dates. And this is WWE, you know, wanting the Revival to stay with the company. They didn't even sign. They passed down on it, which is good for them. You know, don't even sign any more contracts with WWE. If the Revival, this is to them. Do not sign any other contract that WWE offers you. For the money that they throw at you and everything, don't even sign it. Let your contracts expire. Go to AEW. You'll be treated well there. Tag team division over there at AEW, good. You know, the contracts are coming up, and they're AEW bound. They are. Well, no, it was a fun match. So, then we had Heavy Machinery. They were backstage. Otis and Tucker. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville end up walking up to them. Mandy Rose ends up thanking Otis for helping her during the women's Royal Rumble match. And Otis ends up asking Mandy out on a date for next Friday. Mandy ended up telling Otis that she has plans next Friday. And Otis ended up looking disappointed. And Mandy Rose ended up saying she doesn't have any plans for the following Friday. So Otis, you know, was thrilled at Mandy saying that. So Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville walk off. They got ready for the match because they were taking on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. And Tucker ends up pointing out to Otis that he now has plans with Mandy Rose for a date on Valentine's Day. So that was that. But Otis and Mandy Rose, they're the best thing going on this show. You know, like I said before, we all love Otis, and you know he's very fun. He's a very fun guy. Very very fun in the ring. You know, I like when he does the caterpillar. So, I don't know. For some reason, when he does the caterpillar, it reminds me of when Scotty 2 Hotty did the worm. So it kind of reminds, what Otis doing the caterpillar reminds me of that for some reason. But like I said, Otis and Mandy are the best thing going on this show. You know, aside from Bray Wyatt and The Fiend. Then we had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Yeah, that was it. That was the match. It was boring. Alexa and Nikki got the win. Nikki Cross ended up hitting the spinning neck breaker on Mandy Rose. Nikki ended up tagging in Alexa. Alexa hit the Twisted Bliss to Mandy Rose. There you go. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross win the match. Moving on. We had Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental title. The Intercontinental Championship. Oh, and forgot to mention Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. This was a number one contenders match. Whoever won, of course, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, they will face Asuka and Kairi Sane for the Women's Tag Team Championships, which is probably going to be happening at Super Showdown. So yeah, we had that. So next we had Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship. Match itself, very meh match. But in the end, Strowman ends up getting the win. He nails a running power slam to Nakamura because we had Sami Zayn ends up exposing the turnbuckle. The referee was yelling at him. Cesaro ended up trying to come in, end up trying to get a shot in at Strowman. Referee ends up stopping him. And it leads Strowman to sending Nakamura into the exposed turnbuckle. And that's when Strowman ended up landing the running power slam. Sorry about that, but I was saying, you know, Strowman ended up sending Nakamura into the exposed turnbuckle. And that led Strowman to hit a running power slam to Nakamura. And Strowman ended up winning the match. And Strowman is the new Intercontinental Champion. And this is Strowman's first singles title win in WWE. You know, he held the other tag team titles belt. So, but really happy for Strowman, you know, considering that this is his first singles title win. All in all, it was a very meh match, but in the end, you know, you got to be happy for Strowman. Then we had Sami Zayn backstage. He was ranting to Cesaro and Nakamura about, you know, what just happened to them. Then you had Elise Ashton ends up walking up to them, interview. Sami Zayn ends up ranting to her, running her down. Then we had Sami Zayn gets interrupted by Borlias. Borlias was in the ring strumming on his guitar. Sami Zayn wasn't happy about it. And Elias ended up playing to taunt Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn ends up sending out Cesaro to the ring to take care of Elias, of Borlias. Then we had Elias end up introducing himself, which got a huge pop from the crowd. I don't know why, because this guy's boring. The same shit with him. So Elias ended up saying that we are on the road to WrestleMania. And you know what that means. And he says he wrote everyone a new song. Oh, he writes a new song every single week. So he ends up asking everyone in the crowd to clap along. Just as he's about to play this new song, Cesaro comes out. And this was supposed to be a match between, Elias and Cesaro, but the match never really got underway. Elias ended up attacking Cesaro into the ring. Cesaro ended up fighting back, but Elias ended up taking control of Cesaro, knocking Cesaro with a clothesline. Elias ended up knocking Cesaro out of the ring with a big knee. And pretty much that was basically that. Elias' music ended up hitting. Cesaro was stumbling up the ramp. And that was that. It was a waste of time. A waste of damn time. So possibly going to see Elias versus Cesaro next week. Watch, I can sense that happening. So then we went to Sheamus versus Chad Gable. Rematch from the kickoff show on the Royal Rumble, which Sheamus won. Boy, let me all give you a guess who won this match. Did you say Sheamus? Because if you did, you were right. Sheamus ended up winning the match again. Bro kicked to Chad Gable. And I said predicted Chad Gable will win it, at the end of my AEW Dynamite review. But Sheamus ended up getting the win. I'm like, this is 2 wins that Sheamus now has with Chad Gable. Move along from Chad Gable, Sheamus. We don't need to see Sheamus versus Chad Gable for a 3rd time. We don't need it. Yeah, you can all sense how super this show was tonight. So then Bayley came out. Bayley ends up getting into the ring, and fans were booing her when she came into the ring. Michael Cole on commentary pointed out that next week's Smackdown is going to take place from Bayley's hometown in San Jose. So Bayley ended up saying, "Damn, I'm good." So she raised the championship. She ends up going on about how she is a role model, how she defeated Lacey Evans to retain her title at the Royal Rumble. Fans were giving her the Stone Cold what treatment. And Bayley ended up saying that she got payback on Lacey Evans for injuring her friend Sasha Banks and forcing Sasha to miss the Rumble. Bayley ended up saying that she did all that with Lacey Evans' daughter sitting in the front row. Bayley ended up saying now Lacey Evans' daughter, Summer, has to look at her mother knowing she's a loser. Bayley ended up saying that Summer can sit in the crowd with the rest of the sheep and watch her if she needs someone new to look up to. So Bayley ended up going on and says, it's a given that Charlotte will pick her for her title shot at WrestleMania. So Bayley ended up calling out Charlotte. And Charlotte, of course, wasn't there. Out came Naomi. Naomi came out since appearing in the Women's Rumble match on Sunday. She came out wearing a helmet that was covering her face all up with these LED lights. It looked like she was Mysterio from Spider-Man. So what was funny was Corey Graves on commentary ended up saying that it's a LED fishbowl on her head, which was funny. So Naomi was dancing around. Bayley was looking down at her. Naomi ends up taking the mic and says she missed Smackdown. She ended up saying that she couldn't help but hear all the trash talking that Bayley was saying. Naomi ended up saying that Bayley is out here lying, saying she's beaten everyone. But she ends up saying that Bayley has never defeated her. And Naomi ended up saying that as the former SmackDown Women's Champion, the title could use some glow. And the next chance she gets, she's going to drag. And then Bayley ends up dropping Naomi, shot to the face with the title. Fans were booing Bayley. Bayley ends up mounting Naomi with strikes. Naomi came back, ended up delivering a springboard kick from the second rope to Bayley. And that sent Bayley out to the floor. And pretty much basically that was that. So there you go. Naomi's going to be the next shot for Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That's going to possibly happen. I sense that happening at Elimination Chamber. I think they're going to be building, Bayley versus Naomi. And Naomi's going to get another shot, with the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now we had the main event. The 6-man tag match. Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Corbin, Dolph, and Roode. Loser gets to eat dog food. I didn't even give a shit about this match. Why do I care? Of course, you had the dog food out there by the commentary table, on that table. Roman and the Usos win it, which we all knew. They won the match. Roman ended up, he rolled up Corbin. Post-match, the Usos ended up bringing the chains and handcuffs over to cuff Corbin at ringside. Corbin ends up trying to fight the Usos off. Roman ends up hitting a spear to Corbin at ringside on the floor. Dolph and Roode, they were trapped on the other side of the announce table, which was done by the Usos. So they chained Corbin to the ring, like how Corbin did with Roman last month. Roman and the Usos end up rolling the cart of dog food over. Roman starts flinging the dog food on him, on Corbin. The Usos grab this tub of dog food and they pour it all over Corbin. Now Corbin's all covered in dog food. Crowd is loving this, which I don't know why. And Roman ends up dumping the other tube of dog food all over Corbin. And we see Roman and the Usos pose for a photo with Corbin covered in dog food. They're smiling. And that was basically how SmackDown ended. Fucking awful. God awful. This is shit. This is fucking shit. Super shit down. That was the show tonight. Absolutely shitty show. This dog food, them throwing the dog food on Corbin, I didn't even laugh at it. Who finds this funny? This is fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. Enough of me talking about this shitty show tonight. Smackdown is the worst pro wrestling show on television. Monday Night Raw was that spot, and now it's gone to SmackDown. Because Monday Night Raw has been better now than SmackDown. But anyways, that's it for the SmackDown review. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And until next video, I'll see you all later.